Guys and girls, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode of FTB Horizons with myself, Lewis. Hope you're brilliant and having a great day as always. And look at that giant square thing up there. Isn't it looking marvellous? Marvellous and square and horrible. This is what I've built very quickly. This is, well, there is a world download coming out today, guys, so I hope you're excited. You get to play around with all the things and make them better and then show me pictures and I'll be like, oh, I wish I came up with that. But yes, so let's take a quick trip in here. This is just a very, very basic concept of the building. So we've got the sheep doing their thing down there, which is working fine. I need to fiddle with the water a little bit because I seem to have a patch there which needs to be sorted out. I think just one more on that side will do it, but we're missing two poops, which is unacceptable. Up here we have something else. We have the bat room, as I like to call it, yes. The room of bat. Currently we have two bats. I've gone and collected a third, and I'll show you the bat dispensing machine. Watch as we dispense a bat. That is how we dispense a bat into the room of bat, yes. And it's looking good. I like it. The water's flowing perfectly fine. I managed to get rid of all of the blank spots in this one, so that way we don't have any issues there. All of the water's going to flow down, which is nice. And, you know, it's just doing its trick. It's working really well. The bats do go in the water sometimes, but they're fairly smart and they come out. So when I first put the first one in there, it went straight, like that one over there, it went straight in the water. And I was like, oh no, they're going to fall down or die or something. But that hasn't happened. We have 3 bats in there, 2 at the back and 1 over there. And they seem to be pooping, which is good because that is the aim of the game. So if I take you downstairs, and I had to make a few alterations. So we've got another jabber barrel down here, which is filling up with poop. And we haven't got too much yet because the bats don't really do the deed as much as the other guys do. But once we get more bats, I'm sure that's going to change around. Now, one thing that we did have to do, which I did notice, is I seem to be clogging up the system. And the bat poops weren't going in. They were kind of getting thrown around the system everywhere, even though I put transfer pipes up to here. So what I did instead is I've used filter pipes in either of these. With the filter pipes, you can get item filters. And then with the item filter, if you right-click on your inventory, you can go ahead and put the items that you want in there. And then obviously we only have one output, so that will be going to the white, so we're going to put that in there, and bam, and then it knows where to go, which is cool. You can do that with you can make real big filtering systems with loads of barrels and chests if you want to do that, but for the time being it works. And the glass that we used in there, if you know what that is, it's clear glass from Tinker to Construct, and that's made in the smeltery by throwing in a piece of glass, and that will give you some clear glass. It's nice like that. So that is what we have done, yes, and I've been going around and trying my hardest to make sure that our plants are doing their thing. I haven't really seen any increased growth from this, which is a letdown slightly because I was kind of hoping it would work, but I don't think it's going to. One thing I did notice as well, though, is that it didn't eat the plant or turn it into, you know, like horrible, grassy, wispy stuff, which it does with the wheats and all that, which is alright because at least that means we're not going to lose it because they're fairly expensive plants, so I'm kind of happy that didn't happen. But it means we have to find another way around this. Now, I've decided that there are a few ways to speed these guys up. A lot of you guys have been saying choose watering cans, and watering cans might work, who knows. I haven't tried watering cans on these. I know that Extra Utilities has the watering can in there, but that kind of defeats the object because I don't really want to be standing around for a whole day watering a plant so that it grows quick. That's not the idea. The idea was that we get these a lot faster than we normally would. Now, if we can't grow them any faster, then the only other way that we can get them faster is to harvest them faster, which means that we're going to have to be able to harvest them as soon as they grow and replant as soon as they grow. Now, there is a way of doing that, and it's gonna take some it's gonna take a little while to get that correct, but there is a way of doing it, and we're gonna do that with Foundcraft because Foundcraft golems allow us to do that. Oh yes, and they do work with these crops, so that is a way to plant and replant very quickly. Now, until you get a certain type of upgrade course for those, there are a way of planting because obviously you need the intelligence for that, but there's another way of doing that as well, which I'm sure we'll get to at some point. But today we're going to start working on getting some lava because we need to start making this guy bigger and we need some power for that, and the best power that I know of at the minute is probably going to be lava because it's cheap and it's free and it's nice. And if we went into rotary craft, well, rotary craft has a lot of power generation, but the problem with rotary craft is it takes some time to get anything done, and it's fairly expensive and very, very well thought out as far as as far as, you know, making sure everything is balanced. So, and we don't like balancing. So we're going to try and go for the cheapest route possible, which I believe is going to be lava power. Now, we haven't got many tanks and things like that to be playing with, but there are a tank mod in here which allows us to create multi-purpose tanks, which we'll go into as well. So the first thing really is we want to try and get ourselves a way of moving lava between the worlds. Now, we haven't got ender tanks, so there's no way of doing it there. We either have the use of Tesseracts or we have the use of the things from Ender.io, whatever those guys are called. The dimensional transceivers, those are the ones, and dimensional transceivers are going to need octadic capacitors, and that's going to need a lot of these and a lot of those, so it's fairly expensive and it takes some time to do. I still think that using the regular Tesseracts is probably the easier way to do that. So let's have a look at what we're going to need to make ourselves some Tesseracts. Yes, and they're not cheap. No, they're not. So we want regular Tesseracts, and the nice thing with the new Tesseracts is they'll do everything at once, so you don't have liquid, item, and power anymore. They're all the same thing, which is good. So we're going to need Tesseract frames to do this. So let's have a look at Tesseract frames. We need Tesseract frames, which means we're going to need Enderium. We're also going to need hardened glass, which means we're going to need an induction smelter. So let's start with doing the induction smelter, because that's something that we should have built some time ago anyway. So an induction smelter is going to need a machine frame. It's going to need some invar, and that's going to be gold. Okay, well, we can probably do that. So we're going to need a piece of gold. We need 2 bits of gold, actually. We need some iron. We're going to need some glass. Have we got any invar lying around? I don't think I do have any spare invar. We've got 1 bit of invar. There we go. It's a start. Let's take some... maybe we'll grab some more of that, because we're probably going to need some more invar. We're going to need another piece of invar, aren't we? And we can remember invar is made with iron dust and nickel or ferrous. So we'll pulverize some iron up. We'll do 2 of those, and we'll do a couple of ferrous as well. Why not? And while we're doing that, we'll turn this guy so that it doesn't send all the things over to Live Furnace. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. You want to do that one. So get doing your thing, and we will make you into a lovely piece of invar. Yes. So once we've got this set up, we also need a way of pumping. Now, we don't have industrial craft, and we don't have build craft. So there is only really 2 ways of pumping that I know of. Well, possibly 3, but 2 main ways of doing it. We can either use the rotary craft pump, which once again costs a lot of power, or we can go with the Tesseracts again for power transfer and use an endothermic pump. Now, I think I'm going to go with endothermic because they are fairly decent at reducing lag, which is the main reason they were kind of created. So we want some of this stuff and some of you. There we go. And we might as well turn that back into an ingot, because we're not really going to be using it, are we? And we'll throw this guy in there. There we go. Cool beans. Alright, so let's start by making our machine frame. I'm going to grab a bit of redstone from in here, and we'll make our machine frame. And there we go. And then we're going to craft ourselves... Let's take all this out of here first, because that's only going to clog it up. And we'll make ourselves this guy here. Cool. And we need a bucket, and we need some invar. Now, remember, we got loads of invar, and we also need some copper. So let's grab our invar out of here. There we go. And we've got a ton of buckets in here, I think, loads of spares that we've had just lying around. So we'll use up this guy. We might as well use it, and that's going to give us our induction smelter. Cool. Alright, let's decide where we actually want to put our induction smelter. I'm thinking we could put it along here and it kind of connect to that. Or we could throw it in here. We could move that. We're running out of space. We need to start really prioritizing space. I can't wait until we move into this guy here. It's going to make life a load easier. Or we could just throw it to there. I don't know. We could put it here, but I don't know if this chest is going to work. I don't know if they function. Let's just throw it here. Yeah, it looks horrible, but it will work. There we go. 1 induction smelter, and then I guess I could move that forward or something to make it look a little bit nicer. So we have an induction smelter. This guy is filling up. I'm going to have to put some more coal into these, so let's go do that, because we've got absolutely tons of coal, so I'm not too worried about that. And eventually we'll move on to the lava power once we've got lava coming through. So we need some hardened glass, which means we're going to need some obsidian, and we're going to need ourselves some pulverized lead. So that's fairly expensive. Let's go have a look in here, see if we've got any obsidian lying around. We've got a couple bits. So we'll get this guy nice and pulverized. Once again, I might as well turn that off. And we'll throw in some lead. Let's throw in, say, 10 bits. Yeah, I think 10 might do. So we'll throw that in there and get that doing its thing. That will transfer into there once that's done. And then we should have 2 different types. Now, the last thing that we want to do once we've done that is we're going to need to make a couple more things. So we need to make ourselves the Tesseracts. That's the name of the game. But the Tesseracts also need Enderium, which is not cheap, because for that we need pyrotheum. Now, pyrotheum is made with coal, blaze, sulfur, and redstone. We have all that stuff. That's not a problem. We can do that. That will give us 2 pyrotheum. And with the pyrotheum, we also need ourselves some Enderium blend. Enderium blend is made with a bucket of resin and ender. We're going to need some tin, and we're going to need ourselves some shiny metal, or we're going to need ourselves some platinum dust. Now, we do have both of those, so that's not really a huge problem. But you can see that these things are starting to get very expensive compared to how it used to be. So that is definitely a thing. So we've got all this now. So let's throw, say, those in there. And that should start doing its thing. Give us some hardened glass, which is nice. So that's going to do that. Now, the next thing that we're going to need, obviously, is the Enderium, which means we're going to need the pyrotheum. So let's have a look at what we've got. So we need blaze powder, we need sulfur, we need coal, and we need redstone. Have I got any blaze powder? That's the #1 rule. And we might have some blaze rods lying around if we're lucky. I don't know. I haven't really spent much time in the... Oh, we've got 1 blaze powder. How many do we need? Wow, this is going to be hard. So that will give us 2, and then 2 and those 2 and 2. I think that could do it. So yeah, I think that's enough. So blaze powder, sulfur, coal powder, and redstone. So we've got a piece of redstone. We've got one of you. We need some coal powder, and we need some sulfur, which I believe, yes, comes from metallurgy. We'll see if we can use this. If not, I'm going to have to go digging again. But I think this could do the trick. So let's go over to our pulverizer again and throw that in there. That will give us some dust. Cool beans. So it was you, one of you, and gives us our pyrotheum blend. Nice. Now the next thing is going to need us to have some Enderium, or we're going to need ourselves a bucket of ender, which means we need another thermal expansion machine to be able to do that. So let's have a look in here. We're going to need ourselves the magma crucible, and this guy is going to smelt stuff up, and then we can put it into our fluid transposer. So the magma crucible is going to need nether bricks, going to need another one of the machine frames, another redstone reception coil. So let's craft some of these first. So magma crucible is going to need one of these guys. Let's grab a little bit more gold from in here, and we'll get this guy crafted up. We're probably going to need to get ourselves some nether bricks. That's going to be one thing that we're going to need, but that ain't too much of a problem. And nether brick can be made in... Oh, we can make nether plants. Oh, I never thought of it that way. Induction smelter can do netherrack and soul sand. That'll give it us. Let's see if we've got some of that. I'm pretty sure I took a load. Yeah, netherrack, soul sand. Nice. So let's get this a cooking. So netherrack, we'll throw, I don't know, 5 of each in there. I'll probably do it. We'll grab, yeah, I like 5. There we go. And that should give us the bricks that we need. Yeah. Oh, and we need 1 more of these. Cool beans. We'll make a little bit extra. I know we only need 2, but we might as well make a couple more. And that will give us all that we need for that. Cool beans. And we got a little bit of sulfur. Hey, nice. So let's throw this stuff away, throw it back into our chest. And we will get crafting on this guy. So magma crucible also needs a bucket, needs a machine frame. Bam, there we go, 1 machine frame. We'll grab another bucket from inside here. There we go, 1 more bucket. And I believe that's everything, yes, 1 magma crucible. Nice. Alright, so magma crucible. Where are we going to put the magma crucible? We might have to move the jukebox in the bed. Yeah, something like that, because I want these 2 to be connected. So I guess we could move the jukebox. I don't really want to move it because I love the jukebox. The jukebox is my best friend. Alright, we'll move it over a little bit, just a tad. So let's move it to... there. We'll move the bed, and we'll move the bed over to here, so I can just run up and jump into it, I guess. That's a thing. And the jukebox can go here. There we go. And we might as well throw some music on. Okay, right, so we've got this, we've got a magma crucible. I'm going to turn the energetic diffuser off so it doesn't try and dump anything in the magma crucible, and we'll put that guy there. Now we want to bring another wire along so that we can start powering this guy. So let's grab another one of our leadstone energy conduits. There we go, should see some power coming into here. Yes, we are. And now we need to start getting ourselves our stuff. So we're going to want a bucket of ender. So let's have a look at how much ender we're going to need to do this. So we want our Enderium blend, which means we're going to need a resonant ender bucket, which is 250 MB, I believe. Well, no, it's going to be 1,000, isn't it? It has to be 1,000 because it's 1,000 in a bucket. So, and each one of these gives 250, so that's going to be 4 ender pearls. So, do we have 4 ender pearls? We do. So we'll grab this guy, pop him in there. And that should start doing its thing, giving us our ender that we're after. And then we can dump it out into the other machine and do it that way. Okay. Oh, and it's getting a little bit dark. Let's have a sleep. Let's reset our spawn. Well, hey, there you go. And the next thing we're going to need is going to be... Oh, nice. Every time I get out of bed now, I'm going to get shocked. We're going to need a fluid transposer. So we need some glass, a bucket. We're going to need a few things for this. Redstone, so we need gold again. It's not really that wow. I'm really going to have to sort that one out. Alrighty, so we've got our magma crucible, fluid transposer coming right up, so we need another one of these. We're going to need ourselves another machine frame. That's fine, we'll do that. Man, I cannot wait for Zycraft to come back. We're going to need ourselves some glass, some copper, and a bucket. We'll quickly craft a bucket because I think I've just used my last of my spares up. That'll give us a fluid transposer, so we'll throw the fluid transposer down here, and we'll go ahead and connect that guy up again. There we go, that should be filling up. All of the end that we have in here, bear in mind that we have the output set to the right, will then be going directly into here because we have the left set as an input, and that will do that, and that'll give us our resonant ender, which is exactly 1 bucket's worth of a resonant ender. So let's get ourselves a bucket, and we'll do that from here. There we go. And we should, in theory, be able to do this. Yes, and that will go and throw all the liquid into our resonant ender bucket. Cool beans. Okay, right, so we've got resonant ender. That is a thing. We need to get ourselves either some shiny metal, or we need ourselves some platinum, I believe. Platinum? Is that a thing? Shiny? Pretty sure I had some, unless I've used it for something. It was a metallurgy thing. Pyrotheum, electrical steel. Huh, maybe we used it. Yeah, I think I've used it. Well, that's fine. We use our shiny ingot. So let's go and pulverize this guy up. And we should get ourselves a shiny thingamabob. There we go, some shiny metal. So let's have a gander again at the recipe. So we need ourselves some of these guys, need some enderium. So we need pulverized shiny metal and tin. Yeah, just some tin dust. That will be fine. So let's grab a couple bits of tin. We've got absolutely tons of that stuff. We'll grab 4 of those. Throw them in the pulverizer, and that will get doing its thing. I'm going to go throw the sulfur back into here, I believe, because I don't really need that anymore. And we've got a few spares of our bricks and things, so we'll see if we can get rid of those at some point. Oh, they can go in there, can't they? That's alright. And I got another chest for dirt and cobble, so that's doing its thing. Okay, right, so let's have a look in here and see what we've got. We've got our tin, we've got our resonant ender, so let's see if we can get this guy put together. So it was one of these, it was some shiny stuff and some pulverized tin, gives us our enderium blend. That's nice. And then that was enderium blend and pyrotheum inside our induction smelter, so we'll do that now. There we go, and that's going to start cooking up, and hopefully that will give us our enderium ingots. We can only hope, and I think that's enough, because 2 of those should give us 2 of those. Yep, and then that'll give us 4. So that's exactly enough to make 1, which means that we're going to need far more, because we need we need tons, because we need ones for energy and we need ones for liquid. So we're actually going to need 4 in total, so that's going to be humongously expensive, but it will be worth it in the long run. Now we also needed a diamond, so we'll grab a diamond, and we've got our hardened glass. We've actually only got 2 hardened glass. I think we need 4, so we're probably going to have to make some more of these. So what was it? It was that and pulverized lead. Yeah, there we go. And that should give us some more hardened glass. And then we should be rocking and rolling to make ourselves a tesseract. We're also going to need a load more of this. So we need How much do we need? We need 1,000. Oh, we need a lot. We need a lot of this stuff. Alright, let's go see how many more ingots we've got. We might have to get ourselves some more. We've got 3 currently. We'll put those inside our magma crucible and get those cooking. We are going to need a lot of these. We're going to have to try out the... it looks like we're going to have to try out the watering can, guys. Or we're going to have to make an age and try and find ourselves some of those ender lily dudes. Alright, so we've got our hardened glass. We've got our enderium. And we've got a diamond. And let's swap these around because I've evidently got these in the wrong place. There we go. It gives us a tesseract frame, which is currently empty. So with the tesseract frame, we can go and fill that with our resonant ender, which once again is going to need a lot of this stuff. So let's go and double check, see how our ender plants are doing, if we've got any more seeds. If not, we're going to try a watering can. Actually, we might as well make the watering can now, and we'll give it a shot and see if it works. I might have to come back and come back on that one, but who knows. So a watering can is this guy right here, which means we need the empty version. So we need some stone, we need a bowl, and we need some white or some bone meal. That's fine. Or we can even use stone. Well, hey, that's pretty cool, isn't it? So I've got some stone in here that we had from before. We need ourselves some bone meal. Have I got bone meal? I haven't, but I have a bone. Cool, there we go. And we need a bowl. So let's go and grab us a bowl. This will give us our watering can. Now, watering cans are nice because they're kind of a one-use thing. Once you fill them, they are full forever. Yes, they are. So I believe it's that and something like this. I don't know. Completely confuzzled myself. Let's use this guy, and I'm sure it'll help out. So we need that. It gives us a watering can. There we go. Nice. Oh, we did have some of that. That's alright, we can throw that in there. We can throw back our stone now as well. And we might as well throw back all of these because we no longer need any of this stuff, including those and those. Yes, and we have our watering can. Okay, right, so let's fill this guy up. We'll grab ourselves some liquid. There we go, we can start watering. So with these, general crops are basically going to be increased. It increases the tick rate on the general crops as long as it's being sprinkled on them, which is cool and all that. I'll grab some more of these as well. But I really don't think it works on these guys too well, because I did try it in an offline world and it didn't seem to work that well. But hey, if we can get some more, we can get some more. We've already got another little bit over there from this guy, so we'll grab that. And I didn't think I got a seed for a second then. That was worrying. So we'll try doing this and see if we can get some more. Who knows? But you basically just have to stand here and water your crops. Now, like I said, a lot of people have told me on the comment section that this works. Oh, there we go, we've got one. But in the long run, this isn't really a solution. So I don't mind doing it for a little bit, but we will eventually come up with a fully automated way to be doing this. Seeing as we're building a factory about it, unless I want to hire loads of people to work for me and do this. We'll open up a server and you guys can come and water my crops for me. How does that sound? But it's definitely working. Look at it. See? All the endery guys. So that's some good stuff. Alright. Do we get any more seeds? We didn't. Unfortunately not. But we have got some more ender essence. So let's go see how many we've got. We've already got one in the tin, I think. Yes, we have. So that'll be 6. So that's those guys. That's another 2. I could really do with a few more. So we'll do a little bit more watering and see if we can get a few more of these guys. Yeah, watering the crops. Oh, I feel like a right farmer now. I'm from the southwest, so this is really in my blood. I should be living on a farm, but unfortunately I'm not. I wonder if it would go any faster because this guy's meant to have all the increases. He has, like, if he ain't going to increase, he is not going to increase now. He has all of the things going for him. Man, like I said earlier, I can't wait for Zycraft to come back. Man, having those growing blocks are amazing, and all of the funky ways of building things. I love Zycraft, and apparently it's around the corner, but who knows. I was playing with the new Foundcraft earlier, and I've also been playing with some of the new equivalent exchange releases, which are horribly early at the minute, but you're starting to get a decent idea for it, so you can actually go and get those, I think, at the minute, but you need to go onto Pymar's Dropbox to be getting those. But they're pretty cool nonetheless. He's added a few things to it. We've got the aludals and all that sort of stuff, which are nice. They seem to do the trick. There's a lot of textures missing, but I think at the minute it's working on transmutation, so we'll just have to see how that all works out, or the exchange of EMT. So we're starting to get more of this. It's working slowly but surely. We have a couple more of these guys. Let's get these, see if we've got any extra seeds. We did. Nice. So that's another 3. We've got 4 more of this, so that's going to give us some more of these. I'm thinking we're getting a little bit close to be able to make our first one. Hopefully. Oh, I just saw an ender seed in there. How did that get in there? Yeah, ender. What are you doing in there? We'll go and plant this guy right there. So we've got another 4. Let's make our way over to here, and we'll give this a try. I'm hoping we're going to have enough. So we want our magma crucible, chuck these guys in here. We've currently got 750. That's 1,000, so if we throw that in there. Things are happening. I think it could be 1,000, but I thought it used to always be more than that. I was always aware it used to be like 2.5, but that's fair. Cool beans. Alright, so these are doing their thing. It looks like it's going to do it. It looks like it's going to do it. Oh, hey, there we go. Alright, so we've got a Tesseract frame which is full. Nice. Now we just have to do one last thing, which is throw silver around it, and that will give us a Tesseract. So let's go grab a little bit of silver from inside our box, which is around here somewhere. Yes, there we go. We need 4 bits of you, and we can make this guy. So it's fairly expensive to be making these, as you've just seen, but they are well worth it. Yes, they are. And we've obviously know that the watering can does work with these guys, but if you want a long-term fix, then I would suggest that you start doing your Foundcraft research very soon, which is something that I should be doing at the minute, because I can't tell you guys to go doing Foundcraft research when I haven't even touched any of it yet. Jesus. We're going to have to definitely get on board with that. But I'll quickly show you how these the GUI on these have changed a little bit. So you can see now that the receive is item, fluid and energy. So we can do all of these with it. So it works the same, that you can put down a number. So you could call it device 1. We could call this guy power as such. And then we could click it and accept that. But another thing that we can do now is on the configuration tab, we can change it from different types. So we can have item receive, we can even turn them off entirely. Then we can have fluid mode and we can have energy mode, which is, you know, pretty nice. I like how all that works. And we can still set the owner side of things, so restricted, owner only, and then apply redstone signal. So they still kind of work the same. The difference is now that they just do all 3, which in my eyes is nicer because it just helps. So yeah. Cool stuff. Alright guys, well we're going to leave that there for this episode. Oh yeah, they look really funky when they're turned on. Check that stuff out. That is cool. We're going to leave that episode there guys. We have gone around. We've made our first Tesseract, yes. I'm going to make a few more off camera because it takes ages to make these guys and I'm going to have to get some more resources. And then we'll start working on moving lava into this age or this world so we can start putting that power to use. Yeah, and hopefully by the next episode I would have made some more of the factory. But don't forget guys, the world download will be in the description. It'll be a world download, oh poo, it'll be a world download for episode 10. If you want to go any later than that or any earlier than that, then you'll have to go back episodes because the previous 9 episodes will all have the world download from episode 1. But feel free to go and grab that, play around with it. If you come up with any cool ideas or you change anything around, remember this is just a blank canvas here, so I'm going to change this completely to make it look a lot nicer for me, but I thought I'd leave it as a blank canvas for you so you can play around with it and change it as much as you like. But yeah, if you come up with any good ideas, then make sure to send me some pictures because I like seeing pictures of your guys' work. It's always fun to see that, and yeah, it's nice. Alright guys, well we'll leave that one there. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys soon for another episode. Have yourself a great day, have a good one, and goodbye.